Namaste. Good morning. Welcome to class. So this morning's class is going to focus again on the prana vayus, with the primary focus being samana vayu, the vayu that's in our belly region, from our lower rib cage, that little point right there of your sternum, down to your pubic bone. That whole area, just kind of everything that's in that basket. It's really right around the navel center, and Manipur chakra is the center of that area. So just bring your awareness there for a moment. Find your comfortable seat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Let your neck be free. Good. And then bring the hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Finding your breath, letting it relax. Notice every place that you're touching the floor, feet, legs, bottom. Relax into that base, and out of that solid base, let your spine lift up like a new shoot out of the ground. With gratitude, we salute all the great yoga masters, past and present. With joy, we recognize the excellent wisdom teachings of yoga. And with vigor, we dedicate ourselves to self-transforming practice. What do you need this morning for self-transformation? Samana Vayu is the place of transformation, where we transform our nutrients for assimilation and absorption, where we transform our thoughts with our enteric nervous system, our gut brain. Lots going on in that area. So find an intention and then an offering, please. Think of an offering, someone or something to which you want to offer your effort of your practice this morning. And then let those two thoughts drop out of your mind down into your heart space, and we'll bring it back at the end of class. Join me if you can where you are in one resounding Om. Exhaling the breath out, inhaling to chant. And on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. So just take your hands for a moment and pat your belly. Just see where that area of transformation. Make some circles in the direction of your digestion. So opposite me right now, coming up your right side and around and down your left side. Just make some circles, big, and then come all the way into your belly button, and then go from your belly button around, counterclockwise. Just making some circles there for a moment. Good. Excellent. Little pat on your belly. Great. So we're going to do a practice that stimulates Samana Vayu. It's called Agni Sardoti, and it's Firewash. So it's appropriate for anybody that, anyone can do it if you do it at the right level and in the right degree. Even if you're pregnant, you can do it. But just very gently. Imagine you're hugging your baby and then relaxing the baby, and then hugging the baby and relaxing. It helps to develop the transverse abdominis. In our gut region, it gives a massage to the small intestine, large intestine, pancreas, everything that's in that whole area, right? So we really want to give a massage. It's easier to do standing up. So let's do our first one standing up this morning, okay? So come on up. And we're going to spread our legs a little bit apart. I'm going to do it a side version in just a second, too. So most of you, many of you who come to Mount Madonna know this practice. We've learned it, and we use it to massage the whole abdominal region. So you wouldn't do it if you had an active hiatal hernia or an ulcer or bleeding ulcer or anything like that. Absolutely not. But it is okay to do it slow and gentle. Us pittas, we like to just get in there and do it 110%, and we're the ones who should do it at 75%. So just thinking about that area, okay? So there's no breath when you're doing this, because we want the breath out so that there's maximum space in the cavity. So the diaphragm is lifted, there's no breath there, and you can really massage the organs as you go, okay? So we're going to hinge over at the hip. And as we hinge, we'll place our hands somewhere along our thighs. And then pull the belly back to the spine as you finish your exhale breath. And then release, pull rhythmically. So I'm going to get a little closer and give you a side version so you can see. Okay? So I'm going to scoot on the carpet. All right, so I'm going to hinge at the hip. Belly is in. I'm going to get rid of all the breath because I'll have to stop talking. I'm just moving my hand out of the way. I normally would be here, but I want you to be able to see. And whenever I need a breath, I just stand up and take my breath. Okay? So I did 8 pulls there. You might do 15, you might do 6, you might do whatever you do is fine because we learn to build it slowly. There's no need to rush. There's no need to hurry. There's no need to find perfection your first few times. And you may not find it after 40 years. Okay. So nice soft knees. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Place your hands on your thighs. Belly to spine as you complete your exhale. Release, pull, release, pull, release, pull, release, pull. As soon as you need to take a breath, just come right on up. Take your breath. Straighten your legs. Come on up. Lift the pelvic floor for a minute. Release the pelvic floor for a moment. Just finding that space compressed in there. Okay. The third one, if you'd like to do it standing up because it's a new practice for you, that's fine. If it's part of your regular practice, we're going to go to the floor. So you decide, standing or seated. Samana Vayu. Agnisar Firewash. So if you're on the floor, just find any comfortable seat. The important thing is as we hinge at the hips here and place our hands down, your tailbone will roll off the floor. And you're going to tilt your pubic bone down toward the floor so that you really have your belly free to release, pull, release, pull, release, pull. And really use those abdominal muscles. Pittas, 75%, please. All right? So sitting upright, take a nice inhale. As you exhale, begin your journey over. Tailbone lifts, pubic bone dives. Bottom of the exhale, pull it in, release, pull. Rhythmically. Good. And then when you're finished, come all the way up, sit up, close your eyes, and just be with the practice for a moment. Just notice any effects, how you feel. Check in with your head. Check in with your chest. Check in with the whole body. Good. And then bringing the hands back into the heart for a moment, just settling in. Feel your sit bones rolling down, lift the pelvic floor, and we're going to begin with some big circles around our pelvic basket. And notice yourself moving. I'm just going to get up for a sec and switch off the original sound, which I realize is on, and you'll probably get all the background noise. Didn't mean that to happen. Okay, so continuing on, other direction. Good. And then come into the center. Great. So be really aware of that space for a moment, right in there between. Lift the pelvic floor, pull in your belly, placing your left hand on the floor. Just make airplane arms, really nice airplane arms for a moment. And then imagine that you're stretching that side as you bend your left elbow. Keep your arm to where they were. Feel the crunch in toward the belly on the left side, opening on the right side. Come back up. Let your right arm float down, airplane arms. Bending the right elbow, just coming over slowly. Feel the stretch in the abdominal region on the left side, compression on the right side. Exhale, push up. Good. And then let's come forward into our table pose. So as we do cat-cow here, our focus today is on the spine, of course, as always, but we're going to really use the abdominal muscles, okay? So take your wrist underneath your shoulders, hands in front, knees right out of your hip joint, not past and not forward, okay? Right out of the hip joint. Gaze down at the floor for a moment. Exhale, pull in the belly and get round. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, dive down the pubic bone, tailbone lifts to the back of the head toward the tailbone, and inhale into neutral. Again, exhale, massaging your belly, your abdomen. Moving on the exhale to round. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to arch in the other direction. And inhale to neutral. One more. Good. And when you're back in neutral, let's step back our left foot and just notice how you have to engage the body, engage the belly. Step the foot back. And then I really want you to engage the belly to lift the leg. So just barely lifting the leg. Toes are facing the floor, not out to the side. No rotation. Toes are facing the floor. The leg is not up. It's right in a line. Tadasana. Good. Flex the foot, lift the belly, and then release the left knee to the floor. Good. Right leg back, extend, put the foot on the floor, curl the toes under, press through the heel, get long in the leg before you consider lifting the leg to that even parallel to the floor line. Press through the heel, press into the floor, pull in your belly. And then on your next exhale, release the right knee to the floor. Good. And then get round again. Get really, really round. Pull in the belly, belly pulls in. Breathe. Breathe into the chest. Breathe into the back body. Look back behind you. If you've got your toes together, spread them apart. Hide them by your thighs. Hide them behind your thighs. Stay arched. Stay rounded. Really tucking. Round spine. Belly is in. And then slowly, slowly begin to come through neutral. Belly lowers. Press into the floor. Looking forward. Feeling in Manipur. The spine behind your belly button. Remember, our chakras are not on the front of a t-shirt. They're hidden inside your spine. 1,000, the breadth of a hair, is Sushumna Nadi, and they lie within. Good. Find neutral. Bring yourself back into neutral. Excellent. And then let's come up onto our knees for a moment. Good. So on your knees, nice solid legs. Pubic bone and tailbone headed down evenly. So not thrusting forward and not leaning back. Try to get yourself in a long line, Tadasana on your knees. Good, just breathing. Breathing in your belly. Lift the pelvic floor. Closer to gravity, easier for it to happen here to keep that whole area engaged. Good. And then relaxing that area. Good. Sitting back on your heels for just a moment. And then toe balance. So just coming up onto the ball of the foot, placing your hands on your thighs or at Anjali, you decide. Pull in your belly, lift your pelvic floor, and try to keep those two things engaged as you come to standing. Also on your ball of the foot, only on the ball of the foot. Good. Stay on the ball of the foot for a moment. Find yourself balance. Walk around a little bit, still on the ball of the foot, and then slowly drop your heels in. Good. Let's take our legs apart. Good. So pelvic floor is lifted, apana stimulated. Belly is lifted, samana stimulated. Chest is broad, prana stimulated. Udana, neck and head stacked over the spine. Good. And then extend our arms out for a moment, stimulating Yan Vayu, circulation. So all 5 Vayus, always trying to find a practice that stimulates all 5 prana Vayus, vital airs. But today's focus is on Saman at the belly. Good. Breathing, belly's in. Just this position. You'll feel the working in the belly region. Let's flip our palms facing forward. So palms facing forward. And then taking the arms up, thumbs to touch gently. Bend your elbows if you need to. And then bring the arms back all the way for little fingers to touch. Keep your belly in. Just keep the belly engaged as we go through slow movement. Learning how to manage the area of Samana Vayu will also help our low back stability. The strong belly region, strong abdominal region is the support that our low back needs. Good. One more shoulder height, just a shoulder height this time. Good. And then go ahead for a moment and externally rotate your left leg, just for a moment. Good. Lift the pelvic floor, pull in the belly, bend the knee, gazing out, warrior 2. Let's take the arms up overhead. Still looking out to the left. Straighten the left leg. Good. And then bend to the left a little bit. Keep your arms up. And then exhale up. Arms to the sides and release. Takes a lot more belly. Takes a lot more core energy with the arms both overhead. Good. Bend a little. Get out the rotation. And rotate to the right side. Great. Arms up, shoulder height. Bend the knee. Take the gaze out, warrior 2. Breathe. Pelvic floor is lifted. Belly is lifted. Belly is engaged. Let's flip the palms. Keep looking out to the right. Bring the arms up overhead. Good. Straighten the right leg. And then lean. Now bring your gaze back, front and center. Belly's in. Exhale up. Release the arms. Slight bend, rotate. Float the arms down. And then head it over. Your hands can be on the floor or on a block, but try to get your spine as parallel to the floor as you can for a moment. Pull in the belly. Good. Belly is in. Crown of the head facing forward. You're looking at the floor. Press into your heels, spread the sit bones, lift the toes, let the legs be super engaged. Pelvic floor is lifted, belly is lifted. Keep it in the subtle messaging of the muscles to the bones. Good, breathing. Keep that engagement. Breath is in the chest, right around your lower to mid ribs, below your clavicle. Good. And then heels in, toes in, heels in. This may be perfect for you. You may need to go one more. I need to go one more. Toes in. And then come down for a moment into a squat. Pull in the belly. Pelvic floor is also lifted, but pull in the belly. Good. And then place your hands back on the blocks or the floor where you haven't. Lift your bottom. Belly is tucked in. Really tuck in the belly. Hasta. This is an inversion, so if you're not inverting, look forward, bring your spine parallel to the floor. If you're inverting, crown of the head toward the floor. Knees can be as gently bent as you'd like. Breathe. And then take your hands and place them at your belly and lift your belly manually with your hands. Move it out of the way as your hands come side to side. And then relax into this pose. Knees and feet in the same direction. And then placing our hands above the knees. Begin to draw the spine parallel to the floor again. Drop your bottom. Looking forward and coming up. Good. Find Tadasana. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. You can relax the pelvic floor. You can breathe into the belly. You can let the belly and pelvic floor go for a moment. A little respite. Good. And on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Okay. So we're going to slowly make our way. Place your arms out. We're going to go back into our toe balance. Come up onto the ball of the foot. Coming down parallel to the floor as much as you can. Legs are parallel, arms are parallel, thighs are parallel. Good. On the ball of the foot. Just balancing for a moment. Pull in your belly, pelvic floor is lifted. Good. And then just release your arms. And we're going to head forward into the floor. Okay? So wherever you are, you're going to go down onto the floor. Go all the way down onto your belly. Good. So let's start with Sphinx pose. Extend the legs out behind you. Really extend out. Toes are on the floor, all 10 toes. Toenails are touching the floor. So don't rock your heels in toward each other. Heels head up to the ceiling. Good. And then elbows are right underneath the shoulders, not any of the forearm. Hands are facing forward. Elbow creases and wrist creases are lined up with one another perfectly. So your hands are no closer than your elbows are. Good. Curl the toes under. Really get them under. Your knees will lift off. Now I want you to exhale, lift your belly, and come up. Inhale, relax. Relax knees, belly, everything. Okay, toes can stay curled under. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Come up. Pubic bone, tailbone, headed evenly down towards your heels. Belly's in. Inhale. Relax. Exhale. Come up. Inhale. Relax. One more. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Lay your toes out. Again, heels toward the ceiling, toes firmly grounded. Great. And then keep pulling your belly in toward your spine for a moment. In toward your spine. Letting your arms go out a little further. So just finding space in front of you. Till you get your low ribs off the floor, but no much more than your low ribs. So you're not going to go into a full-on cobra. Just getting your very lowest ribs off the floor by pressing into your hands. Pull your belly in, gaze forward. Toenails are on the floor. Your bottom is spread. It is not tight around the low back. Belly is in. Broad around the sacral area. Big toes are not anywhere close to one another right now. Low ribs are off because you're pressing gently into the floor. Pull up the belly. And then on your next exhale, bend your elbows, wing your arms out to the side, come down onto your ribs. Make a little pillow with your hands. Let your knees soften and your heels rock out to either side. Rest the belly, rest everything. So notice how your toes are now facing one another and your heels are rocked out to either side. Slowly and gently re-engage the belly. Use the exhale, pull the belly to the spine. Inhale, begin to peel off your forehead. Keep your legs unengaged for a moment. Just peel off the forehead, look out in front of you. Now begin to point the toes, get the toenails fully on the floor, all sides, especially the little toe side. Belly's lifted. Breath is in the ribs. Good. Go ahead and extend out your arms again, just enough to barely press into the hands and lift off the very lowest rib. No, don't have to get any bigger than that. Pull in the belly. Good. So in just a moment, we're going to make a choice between mountain pose, often called downward facing dog, or plank pose to the knees, because I want you to keep your energy, okay? So I'll go first to plank pose to the knees. I'm bringing my hands underneath my shoulders, curling my toes under, staying on my knees, and finding that plank, pulling in the belly, getting low. You're welcome to go further if you want, plank, or mountain, hiking the hip, and finding mountain. Belly is in. Whichever of those three things you decided to do, belly is in. Breathing. Be mindful that the mountain is an inversion. You can slide into plank if you forgot. Spread the sit bones. Press into the feet. My heels have never touched the floor unless I round my back terribly, which we do not want. So pressing the heels toward the floor. Hips are lifted. Breathe. Good. And then everybody shifting into plank on your knees. So wherever you are, plank on your knees. Good. Belly is in. Find that Tadasana. You may need to move and adjust. You may need to scoot your knees back a little. Find that. But no sagging like this. No sagging. Belly is in. You are fully engaged in the abdominal region. Good. And then take your hips back to your heels, sitting in Vajrasana. Lower the toes. And either sitting directly on the heels, if you'd like to, you can put a block or a pillow or a bolster between your hips and your heels. Nice and soft. Good. Now we're going to do some things down on the floor, supine, laying on our back. Okay? So it's going to be probably hard for you to see me. So watch one quick second before you go down. I'll show you the two things that we're going to do once we're there. Again, stimulating the abdominal region. Okay, that's our whole plan for the day. Stimulating all of it, which we're doing as we do that, but really focusing at the abdominal region, the home of Samana Vayu and Manipur Chakra. So when we lie down, we're gonna do yogi bicycle. So my knees are soft and gentle. My arms are out to the side and my hands are right below the nape of my neck. So I want to move this really, really slowly, okay? So I'm going to inhale. This is my relaxed inhale pose. My exhale, left leg extends, left elbow to right knee. Inhale back. Exhale, right leg extends, right elbow to left knee. Inhale back. So every single time I'm extending, my foot is hovering, not touching, and inhaling back, and exhaling, and inhaling back. So that's going to be one thing. So wait, don't lay down yet. The next thing is we're going to lift our legs, flex the feet, let the legs spread apart, bring our hands into Anjali, and we're going to reach through a few times, okay? And then once we're done with all of these yogi bicycles and tucks, then we're going to maybe take an inversion. We may rest. We may do whatever we want. Okay, so lie down, get yourself ready, and listen to my voice. Get ready. Bend your knees, place your hands again in the back of your neck, and rest your elbows. Rest your body, just rest for a second. Pretend you're a dead bug and you're just resting. Good, and now we're gonna get ready to engage. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, left leg extends, left elbow to right knee, inhale back. Exhale, right leg extends, right elbow to left knee, inhale back. You can leave your head out on the deciding what you want to do with it, okay? But when you come back, relax. Nice and slowly. Left leg extends, left elbow, right knee, inhale back. Right leg extends, right elbow, left knee, inhale back. Keep going, we're going for 20. You can always rest and come back for the last few. Slow it down, we're not in a hurry. Slower is better. If you get any tension on your neck region, just leave your head on the floor and just do your legs. If you rested, start considering coming back for this last set. Left leg extends, left elbow, right knee, inhale back. Right leg extends, right elbow, left knee, inhale back. Rest, just rest, dead bug again. And then let's take our legs extended up toward the ceiling. Point the toes initially, reach through the toes, and then flex the feet, draw them over towards you. Bring your hands into Anjali and let your legs spread, just enough for them to be comfortable, not too much tension. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, come off the floor, tuck, and reach through. Inhale back. Exhale, reach through. We're only going to do 6. Inhale back. Exhale, halfway there, hey, come on back. Exhale, and back. Exhale, and back. Last one. Exhale, and back. Good. Bend your knees. Just draw them in a little bit. Don't press, don't pull, just let your legs be bent. Rest your arms on the floor, just relax. And then gently put both feet on the floor, extend through both heels firmly pressed onto the floor. Let your upper back lift as you find your upper back. So press into the head and the bottom together and arch your spine off the floor. And then slowly place your spine back down. Keep your lumbar curve. Spread your legs far apart. So Savasana, nice open body. So asking yourself, what can you release? Belly, bottom, shoulders, jaw, feet, legs. Just letting go. If you have on glasses, slip them off. Put them in a safe place. And let your breath now be untrapped. It can move down into the belly if you so desire. But no control, no pranayama, just even, smooth, natural breath. Relaxing muscle to bone. Slowly and gently, bringing your awareness back to the breath. Just find it again. Belly, chest. Letting your belly relax and your breath swell into your belly for a few abdominal breaths. And then slowly and gently beginning to roll your eyes in the sockets, move your tongue in the mouth, wiggle your fingers, twinkle your toes, wriggle your nose, wiggle your ears, bringing all of the five senses back online. You might consider a nice big overhead stretch. And then bend the knees and put the feet firmly on the floor. Just lift your hips off for a second. Shake your belly. Shake your bottom. And then shift it over to the side opposite me and then curl your knees and drop into it. Wherever you are, just curl up safe and secure in embryo pose. And then slowly, using the hand of your upper arm, place the hand on the floor, press away. Head is the very last thing that comes up as you slowly stack your head on top of your spine. And just be still for a moment, letting the asana do their work. Just being still. Finding your comfortable seat. Well, I think I'll come to you. So finding your comfortable seat. Good. Breathing. So becoming aware of the belly region, just letting your eyes close gently for a moment and just become aware of the belly region. Soften your abdominal muscles for a moment and let the abdomen pooch out on your inhale and relax back in on your exhale. As you inhale, the belly pooches out, and as you exhale, the belly recedes. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. So that soft, gentle abdominal breath that we were just doing, this time we're going to do it with a little bit of more force. This is often called Kriya 6. If you're doing the Swasayam Kriyas, the Kriyas of breath restraint, self-restraint. Exhaling the breath, belly to spine. Relax the belly and the breath comes in. So it's all dependent upon you engaging and releasing your abdominal muscles. There's nothing else making you breathe except the engaging, pulling in of your abdominal muscles and releasing your abdominal muscles. So we're going to start with an exhale. So exhaling the breath all the way out, belly to spine. Release the muscles, let the breath rush in. You may even hear a little exhale, belly to spine, use the muscles, pull your abdomen in, release the muscles, let the breath rush in. Exhale, belly to spine. Use the abdominal muscles, pull the belly in, release the muscles, in. Exhale, belly to spine. Squeeze the muscles. Relax the muscles, inhale. 3 more. Good. And then sitting with it for a moment, just noticing body, breath, mind. Triputi, 3 energies. These 3 energies of body, breath, and mind. And on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. So in that same region, this time we're going to do it with more rhythm and more effort. We're going to exhale, belly to spine, and inhale into the belly. But this time you're going to bring the breath in, draw it in actively, and then exhale, push it out actively. This is called Bastrika, means bellows. And you know how a bellows, like you close the bellows, and then the bellows opens. So this is our abdominal region, closing and opening in that whole abdominal region. Alrighty? So start with just a regular little inhale. And then exhale the breath out. Belly to spine. Inhale, belly. So actively pressing the breath out. Exhale and pull the belly in. Inhale. Exhale. Belly pulls in, little tuck at the end, and inhale. Belly expands. Exhale. And normally you'll hear a sound on the exhale breath. You kind of hear two little sounds when I exhale, take the breath down, and then I squeeze the last little bit. And then inhale, the breath comes in. And I exhale smoothly, and then press up a little bit, and then inhale again. So I'll do it with you again. Exhaling. Inhaling belly. One more. Good, and then sitting for a moment, just noticing the effects of the bellows breath. Bastrika. Noticing the quality of the breath, the quality of the mind, the body. And we're preparing ourselves for meditation. I'm saving our final pose for the end of meditation today, because often when we get enthusiastic about working with the Vayus individually, some of the other ones get disturbed. So we're going to go to our inversion, Viparit Karani Mudra, at the very end of practice today, that inversion, or whatever inversion you'd like, but Viparit is the one that I recommend. It's recommended in the scriptures. So just to know that we're going to go there at the end of our meditation, okay? So finding your seat, I want you to think about the area of the abdominal region. That of the 5 elements is water. So imagine for yourself the whole of the pelvic cavity. It's floating in interstitial fluid. There is a lot of water in that area. Letting your eyes gently close. And just bringing your awareness into the pelvic basket. From below the sternum, below the ribs, down to the pubic bone. Back to the tailbone. Up to the spine. Imagining Manipur chakra behind the navel center in the spine. If you'd like to do the mudra, it's just joining the index finger with the pinky finger. Index finger with the pinky finger. The mudra of up, jala, water. Resting your hands. The seed syllable of water. Vang, 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 repeating it silently to yourself, coordinating it with your breath, but not controlling the breath to do that. Just naming the breath with vang, vang, vang. The watery region of the pelvic basket. The mudra, the mantra. Spine is erect and body is soft. Letting your thoughts be with transformation of nutrients, thoughts, and emotions. Yang, yang, vang, 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 vang. Breath is soft and shallow, just enough to sustain you, no control, just naming it. Soft belly, soft mind. Bringing your meditation to a close, releasing the mudra, the mantra. As you go into your inversion, slithering in. So even if you're not inverting fully, slither your way into legs up the wall. So finding a way, making as little movement as possible, either Viparita Karani Mudra or using a block, supported Viparita Karani Mudra or legs up the wall. Finding yourself in one of the three places. And relax. Belly, chest, face, neck. Another 30 seconds if you can. Staying with it. Letting all of the pranavayus fall back into their abode. Proper functioning, proper direction. Prana, udana, samana, apana, dhyana. Slowly and gently dropping your knees in towards your chest. And then make your way over to the side and slowly, slowly press up. Take your time, find your comfortable seat. Just being still for a moment longer. Bringing back your intention and your offering. Just bring it back into your mind. Ponder it for just a moment. Your offering and your intention. Bringing the hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Any merit we may have earned this morning, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient beings. Remembering your intention, your offering, letting them slip out of your mind, down into your heart, out of your heart symbolically into the palms of your hands, and then lift it up and just let it go off into the universe. Hands back into the heart. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. I'm coming to you. I'll be right there. Good morning, everyone. So most important is my announcement. Wait, I have a quick announcement. Don't go yet. We're going to start classes. The Tuesday class will move times if you live in Guatemala, okay? So the US falls back November 1st. So as of November, the Tuesday class will be in Guatemala at 9 to 10:15, 1 hour later, okay? And if you're on the West Coast, it'll be at the exact same time. But for those of you on the West Coast for the Thursday class, if you want to join us, we'll move to a 2-hour difference. And so it'll be from 6 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. So Tuesdays, and I'll put it on the Mount Madonna webpage. It'll be on my webpage. Wherever you go, you will find that as of November 1st, that's the new hours, one day different than the other. I put in the chat box, the very first chat is the webpage for me so that you can go in and get access to the YouTube channel and get any past classes. Like last week, if you didn't do Apana Vayu, now you can go back and do Apana Vayu. And then today, Samana Vayu will be up by tomorrow, okay? I guess if you entered late, you didn't get it. So it's www.casasan1.com. And late, by late, I mean after I wrote it, not necessarily late. Let me get where I can see you. Hold on, I need to see you. Gallery view. Get rid of the spotlight. Good, let me get where you can speak, please. Yes, okay, now everything should be normal and I can see you and talk to you. Any questions about Samana Vayu? How's your belly? How was that work for you on your core? Are you mad at me because you did so many yogi bicycles? You're all good? You're fine? Yes, Jana.
I was wondering if you could explain a little bit or speak about why slower is better in those bicycles.
Because a lot of times we're just using tight muscles rather than trying to strengthen a muscle. A tight muscle will get you through an activity, and then later it's sore, right? Because we're not letting the motor, sensory perception, we're not being intentional about our movement. We're just trying to move into it, right? So the muscle will often be tight and stringy. That's if you were to touch it, it would feel stringy, right? Instead of like engaged and firm, and then soft and relaxed. Engaged and firm and soft and relaxed. So it's not as slow as somatic movement, which is much more about our soma system, our somatic system, our motor sensory system. But it's really about trying to key into that methodology, right? That slow will help our whole proprioception. We know what the muscle is doing. We're engaging the muscle. We're pulling it back. We're engaging it. We're releasing it. Yeah. Anybody else? Anything else? Any questions about the practices, about Bastrika or anything?
I have a question
Yes, Jean.
about the bellows breath. I wasn't sure if I was doing the right cadence. I felt like I was going half as slow as I was supposed to. So the little noises that you're making is the exhale, correct?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty quick, sort of fiery speed.
No, it's not very quick. Let me try to do it. See if I can do it now. And
Okay.
as soon as the breath wants to climb into my belly, I push it out. And I push part of the way and then the rest of the way. And it tries to climb in and I push. Yeah. Does that make any sense?
Yes, because you're making one of those noises when you're halfway through your exhale.
Yeah, it's that little exhale. When I get to the bottom of it, I still have to squeeze that little bit out. And you hear that
Okay.
little,
All
little
right.
extra.
I understand. Got it. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
And following up on that, the inhalation is controlled but not super slow.
It's just whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, it is controlled. It's not super slow. It's just that it goes into the belly. So I try to take mine into my belly and my back. I try to remember that my belly is a diameter and not just take it to the front of the belly. I know some of you will know exactly what I mean. If you've been practicing for a while, all of a sudden one day it dawns on you, you forgot you had a back body, right? And you've been limiting yourself to about 60% of what your lungs are capable of every single time you breathe, but you just forgot you had a back body and you forgot those ribs were flexible back there. So, like I try to think about my body being round like that. And this is stable so that like I open it up, right? But I try to open it all the way around. But as soon as my diaphragm wants to go way on up, I try to stop it and push it out. So my pushing is intentional when it starts to go too broad and out of my belly. That makes sense? Yes, Manipa.
So you are using abdominal muscles on both of those, when you are exhaling?
Yes. My first abdominal muscles are more transverse abdominis going, and my second one is that erectus pushing out the rest. Yeah. For those of us anatomy geeks, and she's a doctor, she has plenty of anatomy. Yeah. Samana Vayu awareness helped balance from Tina. Good. Yeah. Did it mean thumb to pinky fingertips? Yes. Thumb to pinky. No. Is that what I said? Did I say index finger? Oh, you couldn't even do that. Sorry. It was index finger to thumb.
You said index finger to pinky.
Pinky finger, no, thumb to pinky finger. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, and that's what I did, but I didn't let you say it this time, so I'm sorry. Did I say index finger to thumb?
To pinky.
I said
You said index finger to pinky finger.
Thank you for helping catch that. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was an interesting stretch.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty interesting. And I'm sure something is that. Yeah.
Okay.
But that is not water. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, so now my question to myself is, do I even put this video up if I have incorrect information and people get too patient and want to go off as soon as the class is over? I don't want to think that I think that's water. So we'll see. I'll have to ask if I can put an annotation across the screen. I'll have to ask the man who does my uploads. Okay, so mostly I want you all to be sure. For in Guatemala right now, I have very few people that are in Guatemala, so I think most of it is there. I know for Antonia and Sylvia, it's gonna be really like wrecking to do it 9 to 10:15 because it like you're in your day already. But I know that a lot of the Tuesday group really likes to come in, do their class, go out, have breakfast, and then go to sutra class, right? So that's why I'm keeping Tuesday like that, so that we can kind of do our Mount Madonna pattern on Tuesday. And Thursday we'll stay at the same hour. Yeah, Antonia, it's late, huh, for us. It's just like really late. Is that okay to do a 9? You can do work ahead of time? Great, great, good, okay. Yeah, so at least we kind of do our own hours. Most of us now working from home, our hours are our hours, and you can start early and break for class, and it might be a nice break too. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much for coming to class. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. And I send you lots of love, and I'll see you on Thursday. So we're still the same this month. Everything is the same exact this month. But when you guys fall back, we'll fall with you for Tuesdays, and on Thursdays you have to fall back for us. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Bye.